The Sonic the Hedgehog series has a lot of characters, and I mean a lot of characters. And me being a comic fan began to wonder, if these characters were in a Lantern Corps, which groups would they be in? For anyone unfamiliar, the Lantern Corps are groups of individuals with rings that give them powers based on their emotion. These Lantern Corps are the Green Lantern Corps of Willpower, the Sinestro Corps of Fear, the Red Lanterns of Rage, the Blue Lanterns of Hope, the Indigo Tribe of Compassion, the Star Sapphire Corps of Love, the Orange Lantern Corps of Avarice, the White Lantern Corps of Life, the Black Lantern Corps of Death, and the most recent Lantern Corps, the Ultraviolet Lantern Corps of Shame. The characters we'll be focusing on in this video are Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails the Fox, Knuckles the Echidna, Amy Rose the Hedgehog, Dr. Ivo Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman if you prefer, and Metal Sonic. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Sonic, despite being the main character of the franchise, was definitely the hardest character to come up with a Lantern Corps, since he typically just hides a lot of his emotion behind attitude. Although, I think I came down with 3 Lantern Corps that could work for him. For starters, there's the Green Lanterns of Willpower. Now, anyone that knows Sonic's character will tell you he has a lot of willpower. I mean, he's constantly seen fighting a mad scientist with a robot army and creatures that could easily destroy a planet. And he never gives up, so that must take a lot of willpower to do. But I honestly don't think the Green Lantern Corps is right for him, simply because the Corps has a lot of rules and regulations that just wouldn't fit with Sonic's free-spirited attitude.
You have your own guardians too? Yeah, and they're a lot harsher than yours.
I play by my own rules. Remember that.
Now, I think he could be a Green Lantern for a short while, but after a bit, he would grow bored of the restrictions that would come with the Corps and would want his freedom back. I also considered the Lantern Corps of Hope. This seems a bit more likely, which seems weird considering most members of the Lantern Corps of Hope are pacifists, and Sonic seems very eager to get into a fight.
Oh yeah! This could be fun!
But to be a part of this Corps, you need to inspire people and have hope that things will turn out for the best, which Sonic very much does.
Exactly. As it stands, there's no way we can win this.
Of course we can win this! We always do! We just haven't figured that part out yet.
You're our last chance. Give it your all, Sonic! You'll always be our shining hope!
Now, I think the Blue Lanterns of Hope could work very well for Sonic, but I think there's one other Corps that could work well for him. The White Lantern Corps of Life. Sonic is very lively and loves living life to the fullest, so I think this Corps could work very well for him.
That's why we gotta live life to the fullest in the time we have. At least, that's what I figure.
Now, typically to be a White Lantern, you need a strong connection with each emotion, which Sonic definitely does not have anything to do with greed. But exceptions have been made over the years. So I feel his Corps is either the Blue Lanterns of Hope or the White Lanterns of Life. Although there is one other Corps he qualifies for that must be mentioned, the Black Lanterns of Death. Now, for anyone like me who has endured Sonic 06, knows that at the end of the game, Sonic is killed but then resurrected. And anyone who has died at one point, even if they are resurrected, can be possessed by the Black Lantern Ring. The events of the game have been erased from history and is considered non-canon, but I thought it was worth a mention. Miles Prower, nicknamed Tails for obvious reasons, is the heroic sidekick of Sonic the Hedgehog. Tails is a very gifted fox. He even rivals Dr. Eggman in intelligence. But he does have a shortcoming.
Sonic, help me!
Poorly executed scenes aside, Tails seems to cower quite often.
Hey, I don't cower! Curse you, irony!
Although, in hindsight, considering that he's only 8 years old, he goes through all the things Sonic goes through, I think it's very understandable he'd be a little cowardly. And in fact, the fact that he stands up to it regardless shows that he has a lot of willpower.
I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
So I think the Green Lantern core of willpower could work perfectly for him. Knuckles is the guardian of the Master Emerald, and will hurt anyone who dares to steal it. This could lead you to believe that he belongs in the Orange Lantern Corps of Avarice, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. He doesn't protect it because he's greedy, he protects it because it's his honor and duty to protect it. Now, Knuckles has spent his entire life mostly secluded from society, so this makes him very bitter and untrusting of anyone he does not recognize. And the moment he believes you're a threat, he will take you down with extreme force. This undoubtedly makes him a strong candidate for the Red Lanterns of Rage.
Don't try running away.
Knuckles never runs from a fight.
Now, there is one issue with Knuckles joining this corps. The fact is, he could never work with this corps. They are supposed to be serving out vengeance to all criminals, typically by execution.
Together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
While Knuckles staying on one island, secluded from all other people, that wouldn't really fit their definition of serving out vengeance. Although, it does have to be mentioned that Red Lanterns can break free from the Corps, so Knuckles could just take the Lantern Ring and run.
I've turned from Atrocitus's cult of hate, but the ring stayed with me.
Amy Rose is a pink hammer-wielding hedgehog and is Sonic's on-again, off-again love interest, depending on who you ask.
For a while there, Sonic, I thought I'd never see you again!
Amy, please, let me go!
Nearly everything Amy does is out of some form of love, whether it be for Sonic or her friends. This means she can only be a part of the Star Sapphire Corps of Love. Now, it is arguable that she could work for the Red Lanterns of Rage, Green Lanterns of Willpower, Blue Lanterns of Hope, but I think it's undeniable that the Star Sapphires of Love are just the perfect corps for her. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, better known as Dr. Eggman, is the greatest scientific genius in the world. He'll tell you himself.
I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world.
Whatever you say, Eggman.
This mad doctor has only one mission in life: take over the world and expand his empire.
Now I just need to harness its power. Eggman Land will finally come to be.
With that in mind, I think the best corps for him would be the Orange Lantern Corps of Avarice. Now, naturally, being a mad scientist dictator with a robot army means that a lot of people are scared of him, so he could qualify for the Sinestro Corps of Fear. But that corps just simply wouldn't work for him, because to join that corps, not only do you have to have people fear you, you have to follow what their leader, Sinestro, says, which Eggman is not a follower. And even if he was, being feared isn't his end goal. His end goal is conquering the world, if not the entire universe. So the Orange Lantern Corps of Avarice is the only corps for him. Metal Sonic, definitely Robotnik's greatest creation. That metallic android was built with one purpose in mind: kill Sonic the Hedgehog. And he has the abilities to do it. He was designed to be better than Sonic in every way imaginable. Now, admittedly, being a machine, there will always be the debate on if they actually have emotions, and by extension, if they should qualify for these Lantern Corps. But in the past, machines have become lanterns, so I think there is a fair argument to be made with Metal Sonic. And there are definitely some corps that he qualifies for. Naturally, being one if not the most powerful machine in Robotnik's army, he definitely inspires a lot of fear. So I strongly believe that Metal Sonic is perfect for the Sinestro Corps of Fear. Now, there is one issue with him joining this corps, which is the same reason I said Robotnik couldn't join this corps. Metal Sonic would never take orders from Sinestro. Apart from Dr. Robotnik, Metal Sonic takes orders from no one. Although, it is possible he could just pretend to work for Sinestro, but slowly absorb the power of the ring, similar to how he absorbs the powers of the Sonic heroes.
Sonic! Knuckles! Wait for me!
All life form data successfully copied.
Or, like any other machine, Metal Sonic can be hacked, so he could be forced to join the Sinestro Corps and follow Sinestro's orders. And although I do think the Sinestro Corps is right for him, there is another corps that must be mentioned. The Indigo Tribe of Compassion. Now at first glance, this makes no sense. Metal Sonic is not compassionate. In fact, he's everything but compassionate. He's cold, calculating, and murderous. And those three characteristics are exactly why he should be in this Lantern Corps. Unlike most Lantern Corps, where you need to have a strong connection with an emotion, with the Indigo Tribe, it's quite different. You either have to be very compassionate or lack all compassion. And Metal Sonic is definitely the latter. Now what's truly interesting about this, along with giving you the standard Lantern Corps abilities, creating things with your mind, flight, etc., this Lantern Corps would take that lack of compassion and make you feel nothing but compassion. I mean, just imagine if Metal Sonic had to look back on his existence, realizing what a monster he was, and what would he do next to try and make amends for his actions. Now, I personally prefer the idea of Metal Sonic joining the Sinestro Corps, but I could really go either way. So those are my choices for Sonic characters in Lantern Corps. Do you agree with my picks? If not, feel free to tell me which corps you would put them in. But please, remember, this is just a friendly discussion. Please try to be respectful to everyone in the comments section. Have a nice day.